Hey guys, this is Mokshit, and in this video I'll be adding and configuring the Search API module to my Drupal website. So first let's see what the Search API module is. The Search API module provides a framework for easily creating searches on any entity known to Drupal using any kind of search engine. For site administrators, it is a great alternative to other search solutions, since it already incorporates faceting support and the ability to use the views module for displaying search results, filters, etc. Also, with the Apache Solver integration, a high-performance search engine is available for this module. In this way, we can create a search engine on a Drupal website. An example of the Search API module is the search feature in Drupal's own Drupal.org website. This module is very easy to use and can have many use cases. So now let's begin with the installation process. So first we'll have to install the Search API module itself. So to install this, since I'm using Drupal 8, I'll install this installation version. I'll go to my Drupal website and go to the extend section. Here I'll click on install new module. I'll copy this link address and paste it here, and I'll click on install. So it has started to install. Now the Search API module searches for content or the keywords, but in our website we don't have any content right now. We don't have enough content to make it work properly. So we'll have to generate dummy content. So for that I'll be using the devil module. It generates dummy content. So I'll just search devil in the modules, and here it is. And I'll repeat the same process to install it also. I'll just click on install another module. I'll copy this link address and paste it here and install it. So now both of the modules have been installed, and we'll enable them by going to here, enable newly added modules. So our modules should be here. Yeah, all devil modules and the Search API modules. I'll install all of these. I don't know why it encountered that error. No, it is fine. So all of the 7 modules have been installed. But to make the Search API module work, each Drupal website already has a search built in. It uses this module. So it enables the site keyword searching. So you can search any keyword which your site has and it will show it. But to make the Search API module work, we'll just delete this module. I'll go to uninstall and search this one, and we'll uninstall it. Install. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so the module have been uninstalled. So now we'll configure our module. We'll go to configuration. Yeah, So here we'll go to the search API module. So the search API module provided us with two submodules, one for the server and the other for content index. These are the default server and content index it provides us with, but if we don't want to use it, we can also create our own server by giving it a name, a description, word length, and the criteria on which the words should match. And the same way we can also create an index. I'll be using the default server and content index, so I'll edit it. So here we can also change the name of our server, the description, and the backend. So this is the minimum word length which we should search for. I will change it to 1, and then there is a criteria. So there are some 3 criteria it provides us with. One is match whole words. So for example, if we search for Drupal, we have to write the whole word Drupal. If we even miss one alphabet, it will not show the word. Then there is match on parts of a word. So if we accept, for example, type DRU or PAL, only a part of the word, it will show it. And then there is the match word starting with given words. So if we just type D, it will show up. I will keep it to match whole words only, and I will save it. Then there is the content index. I'll edit it also. So here also we can change the index name of the machine, and here we can also change the data sources. So this is the data sources is the area or the source from where it will provide the data to be searched. So this is the content, so it is taken as entities, most of these. So in the search we can only search for the content or the keywords or some words or tags in the content. We can also add other things. Let's add user. We can add anything we want as per our liking. Yes, so it is fine. It is not necessary to keep anything. At least one should be saved, which is content. So then we can configure the content data source, like which bundle should be indexed or the language. So we can keep it to all languages. Then the user data source which is just selected, we can also change it for that. The languages and the default tracker, we can change the indexing order of it. Okay, so then we can also provide it a description, and this is the index options. We will keep it to the default. We can also change the server here. So I'm using the default database server. We can keep it to no server, or if we had added in a new server, our own server, it would also show up here. I'll save it. So okay, now we have changed some settings here. Now we'll have to generate some, wait a minute, edit. Yeah, here there are also the fields. So these are the fields. The data type of the fields determines how it can be used for searching or filtering. So these are all the fields on which it will search. So these are the default fields. I'll add some fields. So I'll be adding the tag and the title, since it boosts the speed of the search, since these are the most searched things a user would search usually. So here this is the machine name. We can change the machine name of any of these. We can change the label, the property path, and then there is the type. So these are the data types we have. So we can keep it to boolean. So boolean has either true or false. So in the for example, if we are searching for if we keep the field to sticky at the top of list, which is here, it will be set to boolean, since it can either be sticky to the top or it can't be. So there is no other field we can keep it to. It is only boolean usually. But we can also change these to tags. We can change it to boolean, date, decimal, integer, string, full text. So string is a short word or a keyword which can be searched, and a full text can be anything like a paragraph or something which can be searched. Then integer are numbers, it can be negative and all, and then the decimal can be a non-integer or a numeric. Okay, so then there are processors. So the processors will process the index and the search time will data. Okay, so here we can change all this, that like adds content access, check for nodes, entity status, HTML filter. Okay, so we will be ignoring the case. It is set to default by ignore case. So if we remove it, our data search will become case sensitive. So if we take the last example for Drupal, if in the article or the page there is a word Drupal and the D is capital, and in the search if we search with a small d, it will not show up. So that's why it is set to ignore case. Then the ignore characters, types of characters which are searched, index hierarchy, refers, entity references, role filter, stop words. Okay, so these are fine. This is the order. We can change all this. So it is the order in which it will process the query, the index and all. Then there is the HTML filter, the ignore case. Okay, and we can these are stop words. So for example, stop words are the words which will be omitted while searching. For example, and, the, and all, which are not necessary. And I'll save it. Okay, so now we'll go to search API. Okay, so now we'll have to generate some content. So for that we installed the Devil module. We'll go back to the configuration, and here under development we have Devil settings and generate content. So I'll click on it. So it can be article and basic page. So how many nodes? So nodes are the number of pages we would like to create. So 50 is a bit too much. Let's change it to 30, suppose. So since you are creating dummy content, it is up to us, for example, what date we should set it to. So we can keep the date to 1 week ago, 1 day ago, 1 month ago, anything. We can add the number of comments each page should be having, and the number of words. Let's keep it to 3 and generate it. So now when we go to content, here we can see that the nodes we just created are here, and these 4 contents are created by me. But yeah, so I created them for the meta tag module task. These are also here, so we can also search for them. Okay, so now we'll have to check whether the content we just added was indexed or not. So for that we'll go to configuration to the search API, and we'll click on edit. So we'll click on view. Now, as you can see, it wasn't indexed. So to index it, we'll click on this. It should get indexed. Okay, so all of our data is now indexed. So okay, now when we go to our site, here we can see that all the content is here. So now I'll navigate to structure, and under structure I'll go to views. So the search API module which we installed and configured already made a new view called search content. So we have two options. Either we can use this view or add a new view. So I'll be using this view only, but I'll edit it a bit as per my wish. So I'll change the I'll format the show from rendered entity to fields. So this will this allows us to add different fields which we want to show when the content is searched. So the fields I'll be adding are authored by, so it will tell the name of the author who wrote the article or the basic page, the body, so this is the content of the website, the image, and the title. So these should be enough, and I'll add them. Okay, so here we can also create a label. We can exclude it from the display. We can use the entity filtered rendering. We can change the render settings to any of these. We also have some style settings. The rewrite results, I'll change them. I'll keep them as they are, and I'll apply them. Okay, so apply and continue. Apply and continue. Apply and okay. So I'll change the arrangement of these fields. The title should be on the top, and the image should be on top. Apply. So this is now like this. We can also change the filter criteria. So it has been set to full text search, but we can add any of these also, and we can also remove that one. Okay, so we can add the sort criteria like ascending to descending or relevance and all that. Keep it to relevance. Okay, and I'll change it to sort ascending. Okay, apply. So now there's the header. We can also add the footer and all in advanced. There is exposed form and block. I'll keep it to yes. Okay, and I'll change it from input required to basic. And we can, it is set to search. It is fine. We can keep it submit or anything. And okay, apply. So this much is okay, and I'll save it. So our view has been saved, and now we'll go to structure and block layout. So here we'll add our block. for the search bar. So let's see the block regions. So these are the regions where we can place our search bar. So the sidebar first should be fine. I'll be placing my search bar in the sidebar first. Okay, so we'll go to sidebar first and we'll place a block here. So our block was, yeah, since we exposed it in the block, it is exposed from search content page 1. We'll place the block here. And display title, this is fine. Sidebar first, and we'll save it. So our block has been placed in the sidebar first. Now we'll go back to our site. So yeah, here we can see that in our site we have got the search bar here. So let's search for something. Okay, mate 30. Let's search for this. Search. As we can see, it shows us the title, the author, and the body. Let's search something else. Let's search this word. We'll just paste it here and search. So yeah, we can see the title, the author, the image, and the body. So it is another title. This title would also be containing the same word probably, since we set it to whole word, and another title, the author. So basically, as you can see, our search API module is working. Let's try it again with the iPhone. Okay. And yeah, it is again showing the title, the author, and the body. So in this video, I have installed and configured the search API module in my Drupal website. Thanks for watching.